Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. I don't really know what to call this video. This is kind of a video where I am going to be fixing or replacing or just, I guess mainly fixing parts that I rushed or messed up or whatever on the STI when I was building it in the fall. No, the spring, when I was building it in the spring. Now, you're gonna notice some of this footage is gonna be pretty old, and it's gonna be footage from when I lived in Brampton. There might be some footage at other places, I can't remember, but I think majority of it is gonna be in Brampton. There's gonna be some here in the new place. It's gonna be random. I don't know how the flow of the video is gonna go. I'm gonna try to make it entertaining to watch, we'll see. But I will go ahead and let you guys enjoy the beginning part of it. Okay guys, so for our boost gauge, specifically the sensor, I've been having some issues. Now, originally I was gonna run it to the nipple where the intake manifold is, but as you see, our Evap is back. Now let me explain a couple things. Our Evap solenoids were deleted and the codes were gone, but I was getting this one code that ROM Raider could not pick up. Not sure why, couldn't pick it up, couldn't be deleted through ECU flash. So I don't know. I was pretty well tired of driving around with the car with having a check engine light, so I decided to put our Evap solenoid back on. Now that's unfortunate because this line I had originally running up to this nipple, so if you do have an Evap solenoid delete, you can run to this nipple without a problem. You could also tee into here and you can run your boost gauge off of here. I don't really think I want to run it off of there just because I feel like it will not be that clean. I'm thinking about just kind of cutting a connection right here, adding one of these T-fittings, like so. I got this from Canadian Tire, it was pretty cheap, and just teeing into there, and I think we should be able to get vacuum and boost off of this without a problem, and it shouldn't throw any codes from my understanding. For our sensor, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of run it and tuck it in here, and then we can kind of run the hose up and over and under. So I'm gonna go ahead, do that, get it all situated to where I like it, and I guess I'll show you guys when it's done. Obviously we can't go into boost because I'm not driving, but you can see how I have it set up. It is working. We shouldn't get a check engine light. I hope if we do, I'll update this. We shouldn't. So I have this box that has been sitting in the back of my car for a while. This is going to be an upcoming video, so don't worry about that. This is going to be used. It's mainly stuff in here. So for example, I have this STI start button. This is not like the JDM authentic OEM one. This is something I actually already did a video on, but it didn't say STI. So I want to swap this one out. It says STI. It looks nice. I think it'll look sweet. My old one, if anyone wants it, hit me up. It'll be free. Just pay for shipping. We also have this. This is something we ordered a long time ago. I ordered this back in February, and it took months to ship out to me. Shout out to Subi Depot. I was pretty annoyed by that. But basically, it's our IAG gauge, and to make it even better, I looked at this already, and there's little scratches already on it. If you can see on the bottom right there, nice. Even up here, if you see in the glare, little scratches. That's awesome. Brand new, haven't even been installed yet. You can see the threads, they're brand new, nothing done to it. It is what it is. I'm gonna use it just because it's more low-key, and honestly once it's in the engine bay you won't see it, so that's whatever, I guess. Next up on the list is I want to get our IAG gauge installed with our 90-degree elbow here. The reason for that is we have an aeromotive one right here that has kind of been serving the purpose just to get us through tuning and everything. And don't get me wrong, it's a nice gauge. It just has a white face and it stands out a lot more than I would like. And as you can tell, we don't have the 90-degree fitting on there, so it, you know, it kind of looks stupid. Overall, it shouldn't be really too difficult to do. All we got to do is pull off our fuse cover box. Not too hard. If you look right here, that's your fuel pump, which is that 15 right here. So go ahead, pull the 15, which you could use the tool right there. Pull it out, put it to the side. Go ahead and start your car until it can no longer run. Start it with our brand new STI button. You can see it's stalled out. Let's try again. Let's try one more time. If you don't understand what just happened, is that's the fuse for our fuel pump. Basically, we're not letting power go to our fuel pump, so we can no longer get fuel into the system. So now when we disconnect this, there should no longer be fuel in here. There might be a little bit, there's a good chance there's a little bit, but there shouldn't be that much. Let's go ahead, take this out, put the new one in. It's nice to finally have this in the car. I put some Loctite on it. Hopefully she does not leak. I'm gonna let it sit for a while just so we make sure it all seals up. I try to wipe away any extra that was there. I'm debating on now if I should have had it facing, like, instead of so flat, a little higher, but I mean, honestly, it really doesn't matter. I think right there it looks okay. We can go ahead, pop our 15 back in. So now when we go to start our car, she should start up without a problem. And that is done. Give it to her. Give it. Give it to her. Yeah. Go. Too fast, too furious.
So funny. Oh my god. Clearly, we've never been much in the country. I thought you were gonna run into me.
Up for hire. You got your lawns mowed?
Oh.
Up for hire.
This is the advertisement?
Gotta get a house.
Right. Who is looking up how to repair? I mean, I guess.
No one's trying to repair it. This is just like, this is the first time thing I've never done this. But basically, the tires debeaded. If you want to show that they're on a snowblower. So we're gonna try to.
Whoa! Wait. What the fuck?
Undebead it.
I didn't see those in your hand. Wait.
I don't know if brake clean will do it. I think brake clean does it.
Oh, what the
But
fuck are you
basically,
doing?
we're gonna shove.
Oh, I'm scared. Wait. I don't like this. Is that not going to ruin the tire?
Hey, look, it's not debeaded. Great. See? Never done that before. Now I have already recorded a portion of this back in Brampton when I lived there. That video is probably like a month or two old. Like it's actually probably 2 to 3 months old. Like it's pretty old. But there's a few things that I did miss and I did not do, and it's a mixture of me being lazy and I just didn't have access to the parts. Basically, I got to take out the fuel pump. This is the original one right here. The one that's in there, it's fine, but I forgot one of these seals. Barn Built pointed it out. So thanks, guys. I'm going to put it in. There's also my secondary O2 sensor. There's nothing wrong with what I have in there right now, but if you guys watch the videos and remember, I basically cut up the wiring harness and extended it to make it work. Now, it's been working, there's nothing wrong with it, but I'd rather have the original one in there and not have some like cut up one that's kind of janky. But again, it works. I'm not really in a rush for it, and to be honest, I'm not going to get to that today. I probably won't install that until I park the STI for storage and just jack it up and put it on, because I also have to put my under tray, which is right there. It's been chilling off the car ever since it's been on the road again. Final thing I would like to get to do, and again, I don't know if I'm going to get to it today, is the coil pack connector. Mine broke when I was pulling out the engine, and I never fixed it. I got that part from Barn Built. It's not a cheap part. Couldn't find it anywhere really. It's a difficult part to find. I tried getting a Chinese cheap one, and I ordered ones I thought would work, and they did not work. So find a place that you know that has it. It is what it is. It's not a cheap part, but you need them. I just want to show you what I just noticed. And when I was in here, I cleaned all this up. Now, that being said, it's still dirty. I didn't really clean up the dirtiness. But there's little bits of stuff in here, and there's pumpkin. And it was just Halloween, so this is pretty recent. I noticed like black foam. I'm like, why is there black foam? There's been a rodent in there chewing up my foam, living in there, causing a mess. So I'm gonna clean all that up for sure. It's annoying. At least it's not inside the car. I was gonna work on the fuel pump, but I'm waiting for the vacuum to dry so I can get all the rodent crap out of it. Basically, this is your coil comp connector. As you can see, this one is original. There's nothing wrong with it. This one right here, it's also original. It's been holding on for its dear life. Luckily, it has not fallen off, but I have a replacement right here. So I've already verified it is the exact same. You can see there's the little lever that locks it in place, and right there it snapped. So to remove this, if I remember, I looked this up forever ago, we should be able to just pry this up. This comes out, and you got to pull the pins back. You can see I've done this already. They're kind of chewed up. Basically, just kind of stick your flathead in there, pull it back. Do not mix these wires up. I'll hold them like this as reference so you guys can remember. But it's as simple as just swapping it back in. So lining it up like how we took it out. 3 go in. So that's in there like that. Push it in. Good as new. All fixed. It's that easy, guys. All right, so with all this apart, I got the AEM fuel pump out. And what happened was I only installed one O-ring. Now, it might have been fine with having just the one, but I would prefer to have both because that's what it's called for. So I'm going to throw the second one on there, assemble this all back together and clean it up and get my dirty fingerprints off of it. Guys, the car is all back together. I have confirmed she runs and shown you guys. Seats are back in. Gave it a quick vacuum. The only thing left to do is to throw this rear O2 sensor in, which honestly I'm not in a rush to do it. Car's not going anywhere. If it does leave my driveway now for any reason, it's going to be to get fuel to fill up the tank, just because for winter storage I like to have a full tank. I will be back when I'm ready to throw that O2 sensor in and put the under tray back on. So, be right back. Now that you guys have seen all the old stuff and the car is pretty well back together, the only last thing really to do is the rear O2 sensor that I originally removed because we had a wideband sensor running to it, and then with going open source, we can no longer use it. So because of that, I had to remove the wideband sensor. I had to put the original rear O2 sensor back on, but when we were moving, it was packed away. I wasn't just gonna fork up the money and buy another one when I had one that was good. It was just in storage. Since then, I've moved. I have the O2 sensor now in hand. I could put it back in. We're gonna go ahead and do it right now. The one I had in there worked fine. It worked mint, no issues. It's just, I'd rather put the original one back, and how I made it work was kind of bunk. That is them side by side. You can see the Chinese one that I hacked up. I did make it way too long, probably like 5-6 inches or so. But I wasn't sure. I didn't have this one on me to check, obviously. Eventually, I do think this is gonna be coming out of the car again. Right now, I don't know when, but the next time I get it tuned, I'm hoping to get the access port back. I really wanna have it back. I miss it, I'll admit, I really do miss it. It's a nice little device, it's clean, it's easy to use. I don't know, I really want it back. And if you're wondering, she was tuned using ROM Raider and ECU flash, and my tuner was Eric from Torque Performance, so he did all the tuning. Car's been running great, no complaints, but I just really want to have my access port back. I do miss it. Let's go ahead, throw the O2 sensor in, and this car will pretty well be back together. All right guys, that's it. Got the old one in my hand. Don't really know what I'm gonna do with it. I'll just chuck it in a bin probably and save it for a rainy day if I ever need it, who knows. So again, I don't know how well this video is gonna come out. I'm just gonna try to make it salvageable. I really don't know. There's like months old footage from the summer. I don't know, we'll see. I scraped my downpipe, not happy about that. Next video I'll explain that and go into depth a little bit more about that. Currently, we are at 725 subscribers, guys. That's a pretty big number. If you think about it, like I'm just one guy and 725 people, like for like social media wise, it's not huge, but if you think about it, like that's a lot of people if you really think about it. So that's pretty awesome. I'm pretty happy about that. I like to set little goals for myself. So like my goal for the new year was I wanted to hit 700. Now, I didn't hit it exactly before New Year's, but I did hit it a little bit after, so I'll consider that a success. But my goal right now is I want to hit 1,000 for my birthday. I'll be 27 this May. It's May 2nd, and I am really going to try to upload as much content as I can and keep you guys entertained to get us to 1,000. If I can get 1,000 by or before my birthday, I'll be very happy, and that will literally be the only thing I want for my birthday. We'll see how that goes. I'll push for it. I don't really know. You are probably gonna see a little bit less content during winter, just because look, I'm literally getting snowed on right now. I'm covered in snow and cold. I do have a couple things I could do to the STI before spring comes, a little bit more like indoor things, so I'll try to do that for you guys. Because I do know the STI brings the people to the channel. The Impreza never really did much. The Legacy maybe does it a little bit, but the STI is definitely the main show for the channel. So I'll try my best to give you guys more STI content. But for now, guys, that'll be it. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And take it easy, guys.